Hello, my name is Jacelyn and my presentation is about deaf stories and folklore. Why does this subject matter? It matters because the deaf community uses stories to educate other people in the community, and they use it to teach history, teach moral lessons, tell each other folklore, and it teaches about the culture. Folklore is traditional stories and legends transmitted orally from generation to generation. And what does storytelling do? Storytelling perpetuates the deaf culture through a variety of traditions, including films, folklore, literature, athletics, poetry, celebrations, clubs, organizations, theaters, and even reunions. And the deaf culture even includes its own music, poetry, and its own form of dance. Much like hearing culture, deaf culture, people like to identify with those in the stories that they hear. They like to hear stories that have other people who are also deaf in them. That way they can listen to a story and they can connect with the characters better. There really isn't that much different with the deaf community and the hearing community when looking at storytelling. Both communities like to identify with the characters, both use for entertainment, and both cultures use it to learn about their culture and other cultures. And throughout history, there were no captioned TVs, so stories were often used to teach, to give advice, and to entertain each other. Whereas hearing culture, they could just watch TV. Deaf culture didn't have that luxury because it was picture and no sound. And storytelling is important because it helps preserve the history while also teaching appreciation for the language and for the rhythm. And sign language uses the whole body to help imagine the story as it's really happening, and it helps develop imagination because with sign language you use your hands, your body, your facial expressions, so it helps imagine the story as it really happened and as dramatic as it may or may not have happened. And deaf culture also teaches deaf children to appreciate the language and culture and helps them better appreciate how far deaf culture has come throughout history and how far the deaf community has come through history. And those are my citations. Thank you.